2:37 in the morning, the Combat Information Center aboard the USS Mason is bathed in dim blue light when a sailor's voice cuts through the hum. Fast contact, bearing 095. A single high-speed blip leaps off the Iranian shoreline, then disappears. No detonation, no splash, just gone. 7 seconds later, the room flashes red. The Aegis screens explode with hundreds of returns at once, sea-skimming drones, speedboats accelerating in the dark, lock-on alarms screaming. In the tightest waterway in the Middle East, a single minute is sometimes all it takes to detonate a global crisis. The Strait of Hormuz is not a shipping route tonight, it's a kill box. And the IRGC's last surviving naval force is using it as the final wall protecting Iran's southern flank. 3 Arleigh Burke destroyers slice through the blackness. The Mason, the Thomas Hudner, and the McFall. A paper-thin ceasefire is officially still in place. Nobody on these ships believes it. From the cliffs along the coast, an ambush detonates. Swarms of Shahed loitering munitions skim just above the chop. Speedboats from the Siraj, one class, burst out from rocky inlets, scattering across multiple bearings to fracture the destroyer's radar picture. The objective is brutal and simple. Burn through American interceptor stocks before the real punch arrives. 2:40 in the morning. Every Aegis console on all 3 ships flips from standby to active fire control through the cooperative engagement capability. The destroyers stop being 3 separate warships. They fuse into one organism. The Mason's SPY 1DV radar paints a drone on the horizon, and instantly the Hudner and the McFall see the same target and can fire on it. No duplicate shots. No missed threats. The trap clamps shut. But here's the thing. The Iranians have just dragged a digital predator through their own front door. 2:42. Tehran's commanders push into a saturation play. Dozens more Shahads drop to wave-top altitude, kill their active emissions, and ride preloaded GPS tracks so jammers can't hear them. The Siraj boats redline at 60 knots in jagged zigzag patterns to flood the radar screens with garbage returns. Inside the Mason CIC, the air smells like ozone and sweat. The captain makes a cold call. Don't burn the SM-6S yet. Hold the heavy interceptors. Throw up a wall of steel first. ESSM missiles rip out of the Mark 41 vertical launchers in a curtain of fire, shredding the low drones before they get inside the formation. Off the Hudner's deck, naval strike missiles streak across the surface and gut the Siraj boats before they can close to RPG range. Then Iran makes a mistake. To cue a second wave of anti-ship missiles, IRGC crews light up a third Qadr battery hidden on a nearby island. The instant that phased array sweeps the sky becomes a screaming lighthouse in a blacked-out room. An SM 6 inches anti-radiation mode is already in the air, Mach 3.5. It buries itself directly into the radar dish, turning a multi-million-dollar system into a smoldering pile of scrap. The lesson lands hard. You transmit, you die. 2:45, the fight pushes into the sky. 2 MH-60R Seahawks lift from a base in the UAE, hugging the wave tops to slip under Iranian long-range coverage. Their APS-153 radars are built precisely for this nightmare, picking small, fast boats out of churning sea clutter. Every contact pumps straight into Link 16, painting a high-definition target map for the destroyers. Then Hellfire missiles and laser-guided APKWS rockets pour off the rails. The Mosquito boats become floating pyres. A second hidden Qadr battery deeper inland fires a Tor, 2B at the lead Seahawk. The cockpit lights up with launch warnings. The pilot hauls the stick over, dumps flares, and the missile streaks past into empty air. Then the Iranians play their nastiest card. 2:50 in the morning. From mobile trucks along the coast, the Cobra 5.8 electronic warfare system spins up. This is not noise jamming. It's a coordinated electronic dome saturating every band the Americans rely on. Within seconds, the lead Seahawk pilot calls in sensor blind. The Hudner takes a kinetic blow when a low-signature suicide drone slips through a jammed gap. The CIWS shreds it at the last second, but shrapnel rattles the upper works and knocks the SPQ-9B auxiliary antenna offline. For the first time tonight, the Americans are on the back foot. 2:55. A suicide boat packed with explosives breaks from the gloom at 50 knots, aimed straight at the Mason starboard side. The guns can't get a clean lock through the jamming. So the Mason fires something invisible. A 60-kilowatt laser from the Helios system reaches out across the water. 3 seconds later, the boat's engine block melts, its fuel cooks off, and the threat becomes a harmless bonfire before it ever touches steel. Then the captain authorizes the real surprise, CWIP Block 3. This system doesn't jam Iran's transmissions. It hijacks them. It reaches into the Cobra 5.8 data stream and injects fake contacts straight back into Iranian command screens. 2:58, Ghost destroyers bloom across IRGC radars. Massive American formations apparently racing toward the coast. Iranian operators panic and dump their remaining surface-to-air rounds and electronic assets chasing phantoms. Meanwhile, CWIP scrubs the American Link 16 picture clean. The fog lifts. SM-6 anti-radiation missiles and Seahawk-launched Hellfires unleash a coordinated counterpunch. Inside 60 seconds, the Cobra 5.8 trucks and the remaining Qadr batteries are vaporized. Iran's electronic shield is gone. The last army is now blind, deaf, and naked. 3:05 in the morning. The Aegis system, fed by satellites and Seahawk infrared pods, spots a black corridor, a 4-kilometer gap in the shattered Iranian sensor net. Less than 12 seconds to exploit it, SM-6S, already arcing down from high altitude, are redirected through Link 16 and dropped into that corridor. Hellfires take out the final command bunkers. The IRGC's regional headquarters disintegrates. By 3:15, the surviving Mosquito boats scatter into the coastal mist with no chain of command left to obey. All 3 destroyers complete their transit. Sensors green, hulls intact. This wasn't won by firepower alone. It was won by rewriting Iran's own rule book in real time. Here's the unsettling question. What if the deception had failed? What if just one Iranian missile had punched through and hit a tanker instead of a warship? Insurance markets would freeze, oil would rocket, supply chains would buckle overnight. In modern war, the gap between a quiet patrol and a global recession can be 60 seconds. If this hits, smash that subscribe button so you don't miss the next one.